We go to the biggest stadium in the world of cricket, Narendra Modi Stadium. It is Australia and India. The series locked at one test match apiece in, of course, a 5-test match saga. Welcome everyone to our Cricket 24 career mode. Lots of changes it looks like potentially for both of these sides. Actually, our side looks exactly the same as how it's been. Anyway, we're going to call heads here with the toss of the coin, and if we win it, we're going to bat first. We have won the toss. Let's bat first at this fine venue. A good start with the bat before Bishnoi takes a couple of wickets. Australia had a 76-run opening stand. I'll make my way to the middle, averaging 44.52. Matty Renshaw, the man on strike. It's 3 for 112. Kumar Reddy with the ball. No run there. It's straight to mid-wicket. And we're going to come up here against the spin of Bishnoi to start us off. Obviously, last match we were absolutely terrific. Oh, that has just beaten the outside edge of the bat. And it was also very, very close to the outside of the off stump, which I think is how Bishnoi got me out earlier on in the series with a wrong and likes that. That was a nice straight one that went on. But obviously, we played two very contrasting innings in the last match. One of them was obviously a very aggressive second innings, hitting 50 from about 15. First innings was also very good, where we hit, I think we hit 120 odd off about 140 odd, but it was sort of a slow start to the innings before we accelerated a bit later on. And of course, Narendra Modi Stadiums, where Australia won the one-day World Cup last year. Was it last year they won it? I think so. What a place to revisit the scene of the crime. That is beautifully driven. It'll go all the way. 4 runs. Oh, look at the turn and almost stumped. I had to get my foot back in. Nice. That's found the gap. That should be worth... We'd love to get 2, but gee, that's some good fielding to keep it to 1. Tell you one thing that this stadium sort of brings me is obviously... MCG vibes, given we have the Melbourne Cricket Ground in Victoria, one of the best stadiums in the world. Still getting, redone, and it'll continue to get redone and readjusted as time goes on, because obviously this is a fairly new stadium. Should have all of the state-of-the-art facilities you would expect from that. And I'm sure it has an incredible atmosphere, which is something that, you want a world-class stadium to have. Is obviously you can have the capacity, but how's the atmosphere? How's the vibe in the arena for various events? That's a play and a miss. And it makes me think, what is the best cricket atmosphere I've been to? There's a couple of games that come to mind. The first one was the Ashes in 2006, where Shane Warne took wicket number 700, being at the MCG. There was 90-something thousand people there. Similar sort of atmosphere, but obviously a lot less people. Was the Ashes a couple of years ago, where Scotty Boland took 6 for 7. I wasn't there on that day, but like the day before, that last hour of play where Australia took, I think, 4 for 20. That was quite an exciting time to be at the cricket, and there's, really not a vibe quite like it when you're bowling in that last hour of the day, and everyone is up and about in the crowd, every single ball charging in. I've been to Lords, and I've, had the experience of, quite the unique atmosphere there on day 2, I think it was, of the Ashes Test last year. And then I went again on day 5, which was, again, an entirely different story. It's always interesting when you go to a ground that you've never experienced watching a sport at before, because it's a completely different experience to what you're used to. And what I mean by that is I've been to the MCG for Aussie rules games where, you've got plenty of your team supporters, plenty of the other team's supporters, and then you go to like an interstate ground or non-Victorian ground, because I'm from Victoria. You go to Adelaide and you watch football there, and majority of the supporters don't follow your team, so you get a different atmosphere from your viewing perspective. I'm sure that's the similar perspective of people who go to soccer games where, it's an away ground and you're at the away end. Maybe that's a little bit more hostile than, I guess, the Aussie rules crowd, but very, very different. And I'll tell you one thing I'd love to see, and I know Cricket Australia have been trying to plan this for a couple of years now, is a test match between Australia and... Oh, that's a great one. Not between Australia, actually. A test match in Australia at the MCG between India and Pakistan. Now, I'm sure it will never happen, unless it's like the World Test Championship final. But you look back a couple of years ago at the World Cup and the India-Pakistan game, which was arguably one of the biggest T20 games of all time. That was at the MCG. You had a full house capacity crowd. Could you imagine a test match? 5 days of a full house. It would be unthinkable, unimaginable, and it would be absolutely unreal to go to. And I reckon that would be arguably the best cricketing atmosphere in the world. You could have said the World Cup last year, India-Australia would have been that atmosphere, but obviously the Australians were pretty on top for most of the game as I hit another boundary here and sort of sapped a lot of the life out of that Indian crowd. But I'm excited obviously for the big test series between Australia and India later on this year. I'll definitely try to go down to the MCG for a day or two because it will be so much fun, I reckon. I reckon the crowds will be up and about. There'll be plenty of vibe going on. And it should be some of the best cricket you'll see in a long period of time. So I'm excited for that one. Leave that one through to the keeper. It's in the gap. That'll be 4 again. It's been just a classy drive, and they're not massive boundaries here, so you can find 4 easily. That is a horrible delivery. I was always going to hit it for 6. Look at this. It's a rank full toss. It's almost hip height. That's how easy you can just baseball that one. Yep. Yeah, get that in the gap. Should be a quick single. Good running. Liam Renshaw. This partnership going to be worth something already. Renshaw on 71. And I think he was already on a bit of a score when I came to the crease, but certainly we've done all right. 27 from 29. I've definitely left a lot of balls as well, but a couple of boundaries don't hurt. And this, it looks like a really crisp batting wicket as well. At least early on in this game. So we'll certainly try to take advantage of that. Bit of a ring field in and a couple men back on the hook. Yes. Quick one. Should be 2. Good running. And we'll settle with the 2. Oh, actually, no. Oh, turn around. Jeez. Whew. Thought about a 3rd. Not the time. It is just lovely. Just leaning on it, finding the boundary, 4 runs again. 33 from 33. Oh, run. Yeah, just the 1. Just tick the scoreboard over again. 3 for 164. Oh, that's a pie. Again, we'll just take the 1. This has been something actually the last few innings I've done really well. Is find those singles and really, elevate the innings from just a boundary hitting innings to one where I'm really working the ball around the ground, trying to bring my teammates into it as much as I can as well. Maybe a small catching chance, but again, we'll just tuck it away and get the 1. A little bit of bat on it. Shot. Straight as you can be. Around the corner, just the 1. 3 for 175 at the end of 42. Again, it's just a bit too full. Easy 1. Oh, that's in the gap. I reckon that's 4. There's a couple of fielders there, and it's pierced in between the 2 of them. Oh, that could be another boundary. And that'll bring up the 50 in just under 50 balls. It hasn't been an aggressive innings. I know I've struck it over 100, but if you've watched the innings that I've played, it has not been an aggressive one. There's maybe been a few aggressive shots throughout it, but majority of it hasn't been super aggressive. You can see there's just been the 1 big 6. Everything else, singles and some good cover drives to pick up some 4s. Oh, I reckon turning too much. Not out, says the ump. And they choose not to review that. Definitely felt like it was going down the leg side. Oh, bowled. God, I hate these these ways of getting out. Just hit the top of middle and off, and you don't play the right line. That's what happens. It's 4 for 186. Renshaw does go on to break 100. Joining him, Mackenzie Harvey with 100 of his own. And 134, I think Mackenzie Harvey ends with. India in response, 1 for 66. Catch it! Oh, there was a man there and he almost took it. Edged, and it's somehow missed the stumps. Could have very easily gone on. Just gone past. We'll check the replay, see how close it was. That has missed the off stump by not very much at all. Edged. Oh, dropped. Inglis puts it down. Wow. That's the last ball of the session. Gee, they're lucky to get away with that, India. And bowled. I don't know if he hit it or if it just hit the stumps. But I've got rid of colour. The next ball that I bowled to him. Cracks in between middle and off. It's 2 for 79. This one wasn't going on to hit the stumps. And I think it's a little inside edge there that has knocked it back on. India 2 for 79. A big wicket. It's Lux in, who's off the mark immediately with a single. Of course, reminder, we made a fairly handy contribution in that first innings with a 50 of our own. The team made 450. India still 370 behind at 2 for 80. That's lots of work to be done. Need a couple of guys to make big hundreds. Gets it nice and fine. That'll be 4. Good shot. Catch it! It was a little uppish. But we're working towards something here. Maybe another wicket. Lance Morris just picked up a 3rd wicket for the Australian side. India 3 for 92. Vasa next in. Oh, that's turned a long way in. I reckon it might be hitting leg stump. Yes! The umpire agrees. Some celebrations. It'd be worthwhile reviewing this because it could be going down leg. But here we go. Let's have a look. Wrong. Oh, it's hit him in line with off stump. So that is probably crashing in the middle and leg. It's a beautiful delivery. It's 4 for 92. Let's check the ball tracker. Impact was umpire's call, but wickets was hitting middle and leg. So, not a terrible decision in the end. Oh, that's close as well, but it's going too far this time. Just needed it a little bit less turn. That could have been 2 in 2. Once again, we're proving how important the toss of the coin is because India winning the toss, batting in the first test. Australia winning the toss, batting in the second test. And then the third test as well, making 450. In response, India are 4 for 92. Really just shows how important batting first is here in these conditions. Terrific over these 5 dots. Should end with a 6th, hopefully. And that we do. Maiden over, 4 for 98. Catch it! Oh! Geez, you need some real acrobatic aerial attempts, I reckon, as a spin bowler. Because that could have very easily been a catching chance, I thought. Rejoining the action later in the innings. India have lost 6, make it 7. Only 163 on the board as that wicket falls. That is terrific work by the slip fielder. Not sure who it was. Big inside edge. Inglis trying to turn around. And of course it was Cameron Green. The Albatross. 7 for 163. Edged. Doesn't carry, but we've got him playing. He's got him striding out to the ball. Create a bit of interesting difference moments. Bit of natural variation. Oh! Another one that's a big inside edge. That'll go to the boundary. 7 for 170. Need Cameron Green to take another fantastic catch. Give us another wicket here. That'd be nice. We've got 3 for 19 here with the ball. Chance for more. Could end up with 5 if we're not too bad here. Geez, big crack emerging there. Right in the middle of the batsman's eye line. That could be something that puts you off. Maybe that's something I target here. Look at it. You can see it right there. A bit overcast today as well. A few clouds in the sky. Kind of pressure will that crack create? Oh, and again, it's a big inside edge. Won't go to the boundary, just a single to end the over. 7 for 183. 8th wicket falls. That's good news. Oh, bold. That is just, I was going to say pathetic, but it kind of was. He just let the ball hit the stumps. But that's exactly how I get out at times. I just play the wrong line. That's it, middle and leg. Middle and off, sorry. I can't speak. It's 9 for 187. We've got 4 and we're a chance at 5. Can we get our second 5-wicket haul in Test cricket? We'll have to wait till the next over to give it a go. And the wicket fell, so we don't get our 5-wicket haul. We're not going to come in with the ball here, just 10 overs in. We didn't force a follow on, but I'm going to give the ball to maybe like Cameron Green or someone else just to see how they go. And Greeny did take the wicket straight away. But India have had a nice little response here. 2 for 127. Catch that, potentially. The follow-on is actually quite an interesting call here because obviously we're still only 120 on ahead. Yes, we've got that first innings lead and we've got still another 120 in the share in play. But given India have started this second innings well, if they can put on a target chase for Australia of, let's say, 150 to 200, that's going to be a tricky chase on a degrading pitch where there are already cracks on, what, day 2? Is that where we are? Day 2? Day 3? So if they bat through the rest of the day, it means we're going to be batting on day 4. There'll be some big footmarks developed at that point, maybe some additional cracks. It'll be tricky to do the chase late on day 4 into an early day 5. Up-ish and through the gap. Lux gets away with another. Catch! Oh! I'm there! I'm right there! How close was I? Oh, you could have stuck a hand out there. At that point, you could have stuck a hand out. Catch! And oh, the leading edge almost back to me. Oh, sure, that's 4. Got it fine. It's going to be the 200 up for India. I've bowled 8 overs. I think I need to come out of the attack. Gee, look at this score from India. 4 for 349. Not only have they obviously got the ascendancy, but they've now started posting a target for Australia to chase. That was a big leading edge. A 97-run advantage for this Indian team. And what a turnaround after being enforced the follow-on. That's absolutely whipped through mid-wicket for 4. Oh! That was such a poggers moment. Oh, it's narrowly missed the stumps. Yes, Todd Murphy gets a wicket. India are 5 down. Now a chance for us. Can we get rid of Vasa? I feel like we were not bad. We were close to getting that wicket in the last over. Glad Murphy was able to convert it. But this is going to be a tough, tricky chase here in the 3rd test. Hopefully we can get rid of Vasa now. That lead is still currently 106. We can get it a little bit, you know, or not a little bit, but you obviously can't get it down, but, you know, keep it to as minimum of a chase as possible. As soon as it starts getting above 150, that's when it gets tricky. Clearly still a decent batting wicket at the moment, but a 4th innings chase in India, never easy. 1. Edged! Yes, it is taken! And it is Vasa out for 92! Big wicket! Jeez, everyone took a while to, you know, I was a while to appeal, the umpire was a while to put the finger up, but we got the wicket. You're in the 90s, I mean, you might review it, but you absolutely smashed this to slip. Big wicket. Cameron Green, who else in the slips? Anatha Vasa out for 92. It's 6 for 364. That is the moment for Australia. They break the partnership. Krishna comes in, plays and misses first ball. We've got big opportunity here to just get this chase to maybe 120, 130 if we clean up the tail quickly. That's well bowled. Oh, and again. Through 364 for 6. Catch it. I've got the short cover in. Just needs to go a little bit squarer to him. Oh, big inside edge. I can trap him on the front pad. Oh, bat saved him. Oh, I've hit review. I didn't mean to. Edged out. Bang, bang. Krishna goes. We celebrate. And this test match is heating up. Just when you thought India were back on top, Australia get a couple of wickets in a row. 7 for 370. Dubey and Gulati. They are in. They lead by 118 for India. Every run they get now is critical. Australia will be the ones in a tricky chase. That's through the gap going to be 1. 7 for 3, 7, 1.